Assalamu alaikum. And thank you for joining us today. For the benefit of our viewers, there are numerous madhabs and how the Salah differs. But the principle is the same except for the postures and gestures. If you witness someone pray differently than you, it does not mean they are correct or incorrect. Allah knows best. This video will be divided into 4 parts. We will go over what is required prior to beginning Salah. We will then go over important details when performing any Salah. Then I'll show you some disparities between men and women. And finally, what can invalidate your prayer? Please subscribe and check out my channel for more guides and to learn about Islam. Our upcoming releases will include comprehensive guidance on how to pray each of the 5 daily Salah. The most essential pillar of Islam is prayer, Salah. Salah is a responsibility that every Muslim, male or female, who has reached the age of maturity and is of sound mind must perform. Any Muslim who misses to perform his or her Salah without a valid reason is committing a serious offense. There are 6 prerequisites that must be met before performing any Salah. 1. If necessary, make wudu. You can find a how-to instruction on my channel. 2. Cleanliness of the entire body and all garments. 3. Cleanliness of the location where Salah is to be performed. 4. Turning to face the qiblah. 5. Performing Salah at the times prescribed. 6. Niyyah, meaning intention. For the interest of this video will be perform a 2 rakat Salah. When standing up, one should not stand with 4 fingers apart between the 2 feet. Feet should also not be so wide like this. Don't stand with the toes pointing towards the outside, or stand with the toes pointing towards the inside. You stand normally similar to the width of your shoulders. How to perform Salah. Intention for Salah. I will go into more detail on later videos for each Salah. After making niyyah, lift the 2 hands up to the earlobes in such a manner that both face towards the qiblah. Then say, Allahu Akbar. Place the hands area of the belly button in such a way that the right hand is clasped over the back of the left. Whilst in qiyam, standing posture, the eyes should be fixed to the spot where the forehead will be placed in sajda. Now read the thana.
Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik, wa tabarak asmuk, wa ta'ala jadduk, wa la ilaha ghayruk.
First rakat. First recite.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
And thereafter recite Surat al-Fatiha. After which it is necessary that a minimum of 3 short ayah, or 1 long ayah be read in proper sequence as in the Quran. Then saying,
Allahu Akbar.
Go into ruku. You hold both the knees with the fingers apart. Ensure that the arms do not touch the body. Keep the back straight, while the head should neither be lowered nor raised. In ruku recite softly at least 3 or 5 times.
Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. Subhana Rabbiyal Azim.
Whilst rising from ruku say,
Sami'a Allahu liman hamidah.
And stand up. Then in the upright position say, Tamid, which is,
Rabbana lakal hamd.
First sajda. Now saying,
Allahu Akbar.
Go into sajda. When going into sajda, first place the knees on the ground, then the palms, then the nose, and lastly the forehead. The face should rest between the 2 hands with fingers pointing towards the qiblah. When in sajda, the feet should be upright with the toes pointing towards the qiblah. The arms should not touch the sides of the body nor the ground. The stomach should be away from the thighs. In sajda recite softly at least 3 or 5 times the following tasbih.
Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Subhana Rabbiyal A'la.
Now saying,
Allahu Akbar.
Sit up straight, do not sit with the back crooked or stooped. It is important to sit up and pause after the first sajda. Merely lifting the head from the ground without sitting up before the second sajda will nullify the salah. Sit resting the back on the left leg only and having the right leg raised, the toes facing the qiblah. The second sajda is then performed as the first one. One rak'ah is now complete. Second rak'ah. Now saying
Allahu Akbar.
Stand up for the second qiyam. On getting up from the sajda, first lift the forehead, then the nose, the palms, and then the knees. Whilst getting up, ensure that the hands are on the knees and not on the ground for support, except for a valid reasons. Saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Recite Surat al-Fatiha and another surah after to complete the second rak'ah in the same manner as the first one. Follow the same routine of the sajda, except this time after the second you will sit up for qada. The method of sitting is placing the left foot flat on the ground and sitting on it, with the right foot upright and its toes facing towards the qiblah. The palms must be placed on the thighs with the tip of fingers near the knees facing the qiblah. The eyes should be fixed on the lap. Then read Tashahhud.
التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
When reciting Tashahhud, the following are few different acts carried out by the different madhabs. You can choose to do either of these. First way. When you are about to recite the Ashhadu alla ilaha, you make a fist using your right hand and point the index finger towards the qiblah. As you're about to finish the line illallahu, you lower the index finger keeping the fist shape till the end. Second way. When you are about to recite the Ashhadu alla ilaha, form a circle with the thumb and middle finger and lift the index finger of the right hand. At illallahu, lower it to meet the thumb. The circle should be maintained to the end. Third way. As you are about to start Tashahhud, you clench the pinky finger and the one next to it. You then join the middle finger and the thumb, making it a circle, and then point with the index finger, moving it ever so slightly continuously until the end. Fourth way. As you are about to start Tashahhud, you make a fist with the four fingers and pointing with the index finger, moving it ever so slightly continuously until the end. After the Tashahhud, recite Durud Ibrahim.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد.
After the Durud, recite this dua.
اللهم إني ظلمت نفسي ظلما كثيرا ولا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت فاغفر لي مغفرة من عندك وارحمني إنك أنت الغفور الرحيم.
Complete the salah by turning the face to the right, saying
Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullah.
Then turn the face to the left and repeat the salah.
Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullah.
Again, depending on the madhabs, we will now look at some areas whereby the men and women differ. When saying takbirut tahrima, for males, lift the two hands up to the earlobes in such a manner that both face towards the qiblah and fold them over the belly button area. The right hand is clasped over the back of the left. For females, they do not raise hands higher than shoulders. They place their hands on the chest. Place the right hand over the back of the left hand. When in ruku, for males, hold both the knees with the fingers apart. Ensure that the arms do not touch the body. Keep the back straight, while the head should neither be lowered nor raised. For females, When making ruku, a woman should only bend over sufficiently so that her hands reach her knees. The hands should be placed on the knees, with the fingers kept together. In ruku, the elbows should touch the sides of her body. Sajda. For males. First place the knees on the ground, then the palms, the nose, and lastly the forehead. The face should rest between the two hands with fingers pointing towards the qiblah. When in sajda, the feet should be upright with the toes pointing towards the qiblah. The arms should not touch the sides of the body nor the ground. The stomach should be away from the thighs. For females. In sajda, the upper part of the leg should not be upright, but in as flat a position as possible, with the feet spread towards the right. The forearms should be put flat on the ground in sajda. Women must not raise their voice when reciting tasbih. Jalsa. For males. Sit resting the back on the left leg only and having the right leg raised, the toes facing the qiblah. For females. A female does not sit on her left leg but instead sits on the floor, with both legs on the right side. Standing posture. For males. Men should stand with feet shoulder-width, toes pointing towards the qiblah. For females. Women should stand with the feet together with the toes pointing towards the qiblah. If still unsure on which to follow, it is best to speak to your local ummah. What can invalidate your salah? To talk in salah knowingly or unknowingly. To recite the Quran by looking at the text. Eating or drinking knowingly or unknowingly. To turn the chest away from the qiblah without an excuse. Laughing aloud. Turning the face away from the qiblah and looking around. Flatulence. Thank you for watching. What you saw today are the basic principle of performing salah. For future videos, we will show each of the daily 5 salah in detail. Please subscribe and check out our channel. Jazakallah.